Oh my god, guys, what is this gonna be? Ooh. Oh my god, it's PAX. Oh my god, guys, here's the first pack. Let's see what it's gonna be. Bruh. Oh my fucking god, I got the Duel Avatar Empowered Kong Geo here. I've never heard of that card before. I've been a Yu-Gi-Oh fan since before you could buy the English cards in the UK. My siblings and I each bought a pack of the Japanese cards before later my older brother and I bought an English Yugi and Kaiba starter deck off an old gypsy lady at the old Lamisfera Ballycastle, hey! While it was still good, same with Yu-Gi-Oh by the way. Before they were available to the public, I owned a Yugi deck, and unlike the anime, I lost every time to Kaibas. So much for the heart of the cards.
The deck, it senses my doubt. Don't lose focus, Yugi. Don't lose faith. Concentrate.
Huh? Our friendship symbol.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this.
Though I find out as an adult my brother never played by the rules, just like Kaiba.
Screw the rules, I have green hair.
Actually, more like Yugi at the start of the anime.
Mammoth Graveyard. Polymerization and the Living Arrow. Since my Mammoth Graveyard is an undead type monster, he can't properly fuse with your living Ultimate Dragon. Instead, it causes your monster to rot and decay from the inside out.
A lot has changed over 20 years. I'm old. I went through puberty, work as a corporate slave, and run a highly unsuccessful YouTube channel. But enough about me. In Yu-Gi-Oh, many rules and complexities have been modified. Gone are the days when competitive cards only have one effect. Now each card has paragraphs, meaning by the end of the duel, you've already read a short story.
The winged dragon of Ra is now in my control. What is that thing?
The winged dragon of Ra is locked in that sphere.
How can I use it?
You can't use it, you fool! You'll never unlock its ancient powers!
Give me a break.
Why don't you try reading the ancient text written on the bottom of the card?
Huh? What's that?
That is the ancient chant, used to call upon the hidden powers of the winged dragon of Ra. Well, why don't you try reading the chant? Or perhaps you're in need of a lesson in the ancient Egyptian scriptures, my dear.
He's got me trapped.
Well, why don't I read the chant and regain control of it?
It's all over.
Well put, my dear. You're about to feel the rage of the gods. Winged Dragon of Ra, direct attack. Nothing can withstand the unstoppable force of the greatest creature to ever walk the earth!
Duel Masters, Master Duel, is free to play on everything, which teaches you all the complex strategies needed to be king, queen of the nerds. If you ever want to figure out what pendulums and links are to do with Yu-Gi-Oh, this is the place to do it. There are even tutorials for newcomers which you can skip. Thank fudge. Warning. While the initial game is only a 200 megabyte install, after tutorials it's another 5 gigabytes. Why couldn't this download beforehand? I like to get time wasters out of the way before I play a game, not sit for a big whopper midway. Warning, even returning players will struggle. Master Duel asks new players their skill level, which seems to have no bearing on the actual game difficulty. It's probably a hidden survey to find out Yu-Gi-Oh's current target audience. Choose between 3 decks. Dragon, Synchro, or Link. Unless you're familiar with the latter two, pick Dragon. You can unlock the other decks later anyway. There's plenty of solo duels to get you up to snuff. They also award points to buy more cards with or waste elsewhere. Online provides a generous amount of points, which I know since I lost every time. On solo, face a variety of competitive decks controlled by monster portraits. That's all you get, not even a speech bubble. Where's the personality? Each deck has a short written backstory ripped straight from the existing Yu-Gi-Oh card lore. Better than nothing, but this isn't Duel Links with its abundance of Yu-Gi-Oh characters spanning multiple series. Nor does it tell an expansive story explaining why the characters are all together and the series of events taking place. Before the duel you can confirm the AI's deck, but why take the fun out of it? I like to be surprised. God, I sound like a woman on Christmas. Also, the AI sometimes cheats, and I can prove it as they attacked my face-down monster of tree-born frog. If you've even some knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh, you know you don't attack a face-down monster of tree-born frog. Though afterwards, as if realizing I'd caught it red-handed, the AI just ended its turn without attacking with its stronger monster. I didn't think my first encounter with sentient AI would be with a Yu-Gi-Oh game. Master Duel, each from the same porridge bowl as Magic the Gathering Arena, which I reviewed years ago. From the menu layouts to dueling environment to music to microtransactions. While fine, it all lacks originality and identity. You do indeed duel at the highest level, as I got thoroughly trounced at the lowest level, while waiting 5 minutes each turn for my opponent to place a card. Seriously, setting a time limit for turns was the one thing you didn't copy from Magic the Gathering Arena? That was the best feature, yet you copied everything else? Players have been complaining about bugs and not the monsters. Bad joke. The only issue I found was every time I boot up the game I have to select full screen. Though I have played other games with the same issue, A Short Hike, Duel Masters links with Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron, a glorified duel points calculator with free tracks. You can also build your own deck and draw random hands, but even I'm not that nerdy. Conclusion. I give Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel a 4 out of 5. Yes, I'm reverting to my old review scale, as this game is not aimed for me. But as far as I'm aware gameplay wise, it's everything competitive players are looking for. It misses full marks because of how much it rips off Magic the Gathering Arena and its lack of story. Being a free to play game's no excuse since Duel Links has more of a story. I give props for admitting Duel Links' manipulativeness though. I only played Master Duel 30 minutes a day because the abundance of text slowly overloaded my small brain. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is the lesser of two evils, which simplifies the rules to make duels more like the anime. The free-to-play model tricks human psychology into monopolizing your time, but hey, it's free. Master Duel has the same model but targets expert players with its scumbaggery. For us old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans who hate the new cards, the old games are still the top choice. My personal faves are Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Duel Transer on Wii, and a lot of the handheld GBA and DS titles like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2008 and many others. The latter doesn't even have human players but still is able to form a cohesive story around the monsters. Even I, the resident nerd, haven't played all the Yu-Gi-Oh! games like this one. Here's a list of the best ones to give you an idea, but take it as a pinch of salt. But unfortunately for me, it seems the modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Just isn't for me anymore.